Hi everyone, my name is Amelia Brissett and I am currently a sophomore at the University of Tampa in Tampa, Florida, and I am majoring in cybersecurity, which has been super fun so far. But today I just kind of wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about my college admissions process and why I did in fact end up choosing the University of Tampa. Alright, so first we can just talk a little bit about my admissions process, which was honestly kind of hard. I graduated in May of 2020, so my admissions process and much of my college admission, college decision, that was all during COVID and right when it initially happened. So I did start applying to colleges early. I kind of had a good idea of where I wanted to go. I knew I wanted big school, football team, OSU, MSU, schools like that, and that's what I really thought I wanted because for high school I had gone to a small all-girls private school. So I was ready for a switch up. I was ready to go somewhere big and have a big campus and a big social life and stuff like that. So I at first applied to a bunch of schools like that, Michigan State, Ohio State, those were my top schools, and I did get in, but as I said, I wasn't able to go into or really any of them because of COVID, and it was really stressing me out. So I remember, I think it was in the beginning of April, end of March, me and my mom got in the car and drove from upstate New York to Ohio State, Michigan State, Mercyhurst. We just got in and drove, and obviously we couldn't go and tour the campus or do anything, but we literally drove around, and I remember pulling into Michigan State first, and I was like, this is too big. I can't do this. And then that started to stress me out a little bit more because all the schools that I applied to were super big schools, that kind of aesthetic and vibe. So I was like, okay. So I remember in April, I sat down with my parents and I was like, I don't know what to do. I don't know where I should go. I don't know if I should just take a gap year and stay at home because of COVID. And I remember my mom was like, well, why don't you look at schools in the South? I just really needed a break from the cold, being stuck inside in Buffalo. So I remember I applied to the University of Florida, Florida State, and then the University of Tampa. And of course I was freaking out because it was April and I didn't think schools were still gonna accept me. And I did eventually get accepted, and my mom was like, you should just go. And I had never toured the campus. I had never been to Tampa, Florida. The first time I went to Tampa was when I moved in August of my freshman year. And so I was a little nervous, I'm not gonna lie. I was super nervous about meeting new people. I knew 2 girls from my high school that were going. But I came down to Tampa in August of 2020. And for the past 2 years, it has been one of the best decisions I think I've ever made. I have never been more happy at the University of Tampa. I mean, if you asked me 2 years ago why I chose Tampa, I genuinely would just be because it's in Florida. I was done with the cold. I needed to get out of Buffalo. But now I can say that it's genuinely one of the best decisions I've ever made. I've made friends here that'll last a lifetime. I've become super involved in Greek life at my school. I have a few different positions in my sorority now, which has been super incredible. And it's just been so refreshing and fun to go to a new environment in a school, and it feels like I'm literally on vacation every day when I'm really at school. And I cannot recommend Tampa enough. I know so many girls from my hometown and my school, or my high school, that are coming to Tampa now, and everybody just loves it. So choosing Tampa was a really, really, really good decision. I mean, my admissions process was definitely a little bit different and not the same as most people's admissions processes, but I'm so glad that I chose the University of Tampa, and I cannot recommend it enough. Definitely when applying to colleges though, I say keep your mind open. This is it is a big decision, but at the end of the day, keep your mind open. You might think you want a big school, you might think you want a small school. And I mean, obviously now people can go and tour and all these different things, but I feel like at the end of the day, it really just comes down to figuring out what's best for you. And obviously I didn't know initially coming into Tampa that it was what was gonna be best for me, but now as a sophomore in my spring semester, I can confidently say that the University of Tampa was the best choice for me.